Morning guys, welcome back to the final whistle. I just want to start by saying thank you for all the support. It was really overwhelming and it's made us want to continue, so thank you very much. So in this episode we're going to look at something slightly different, what Roberto De Zerbi, as the Italians pronounce it, can bring to Brighton, as Brighton have just hired them as a new coach. He's a coach that was well in demand. Juve were thinking about appointing him. I know Bournemouth were looking at him. Leicester City were thinking about it if they were to get rid of Rodgers. He's just a young manager, so he's still learning his trade, but I think replacing Graham Potter, it's going to be an evolution of Potter rather than a revolution of Brighton, if that makes sense. So let's take a little look. So he's previously managed Shakhtar, Sassuolo, Benevento, Palermo, Foggia. Did very, very well at Foggia. Palermo, Benevento, not so much. But he's very innovative. He's very forward thinking, and that's why Sassuolo's seen something in him. Just a young manager. I don't know how old he is now. I think he's 43 now. And I mean, Sassuolo hired him in 2018. So he was very young. Win percentage 41.8 overall. Brilliant. Because he hasn't gone into the best of squads. He hasn't gone into the best of teams. Yes, probably you could argue a case for Shakhtar Donetsk. And the only reason why he's not in a job at the moment is because of the horrific war that's going on, which made him terminate his contract at Shakhtar, because he was building something, he was doing something really well. But I want to talk about what you can expect from a technical point of view. Firstly, he likes to work with players very closely. He likes to get to know his players very, very well. He likes to interact with them. He's very hands-on, if you like. He likes to develop youth. No doubt he likes to we've seen that at Sassuolo with Locatelli, who's now at Juve. We've seen it with Raspadori, who's now with Napoli. We've seen with Scamacca, who's now at West Ham. So he is a coach very, very he knows what he wants, if that makes sense. So from a technical point of view, expect to play a 4-3-3 or sometimes a 4-2-3-1. He's a coach that when he first goes into a job, he likes to get them defensively solid. He starts from the back. He's a defensive-minded coach, but he's very, very innovative in his ideas going forward. So if we look at, I kind of bring it up on here, but usually, I know it's not against Real Madrid there, but usually he's a possession-based manager and likes to play all his football in the opposition's half. On my phone I was doing an analysis and I was looking at it. I don't know how to bring it up on here because there was a little section there saying I could review like the playing style. But anyways, I'll just talk you through it, as boring as that may be looking at my face. But he's a coach that he starts from the back, builds up possession with short passing ranges. Very, very rarely does he play long ball football. So it'll be a lot of short passes into the midfield and then into the final third, and that's where he comes alive. That's where his players come alive. We'll start seeing the front three or two become really interchangeable between themselves. We'll see wingers coming in off the flanks and little short passes creating movement. That's how he likes to play his football. Very, very rarely will he play down the flanks and put a cross in. That'll very, very rarely happen. So Brighton fans expect a little, kind of like, I'm not putting them on this scale, but if you think of the way Pep Guardiola plays in and around the box, how he likes to show pass and allow his move, like players to move around and not be as static in one position, expect that from De Zerbi. Want to get it right. I want to say De Zerbi every time, but De Zerbi. But yeah, that's what I expect, and he does like a possession-based football. So if I can get a pen and paper, actually. I should really get a whiteboard for this, shouldn't I? But you'll all see what I'm drawing here. So don't worry. Just quickly. Right. Can you all see this football pitch? One box, halfway line. So if he was to attack one area, he's going to do most of his work in the middle. So Kaisesau, McAllister, players like that will be so important to his style of play. They'll be the ones in the middle that'll be having most possession. On the flanks, you'll see the two wingers interchange with the striker. But most of the work will come down the centre of the pitch. And that's how he likes to play his football. His recruitment's been very, very good. He recruits young. We're seeing that at Shakhtar, bringing in a Brazilian winger who's now on loan at Lyon, and he's thriving at the minute. Tete was only 21 when they brought him in, and he likes his wingers to be very quick and dynamic. So I do expect to bring in some players in the transfer market, but Brighton have already got that solid core, so I expect them to keep that, and I expect if any change will be on the flanks. So that's what I expect from De Zerbi. I think it's a great appointment. I think you might need to be patient at first because he'll look to be solid and not concede. But once he gets his philosophy and his ideas across to his players, that's when you're going to see the best out of him. So he's very, very similar to Graham Potter. But Graham Potter did change his system more, whereas De Zerbi will stick to his system and find players and coach players to play his style. He won't have favourites in the team. So what he'll do, instead of changing his system for the opponents, you'll prefer to change the personnel. So I expect him to use a lot of the squad. You'll not have a preferred 11, but he will change our personnel from time to time. And we're seeing that at Sassuolo. Sometimes Scamacca was outstanding one game and he didn't play the next. And that wasn't because they fell out or he wasn't good enough. It was just because he thought a certain player would be better for this game. So that's what I expect from De Zerbi. Like I say, I think it's a great appointment. Can he carry on flying the Italian flag in the Premier League? Because we've had and got already some great Italian managers. So De Zerbi, over to you, sir. Brighton fans, I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to interact. Like I say, you're a beautiful club. Very, very well run club. And I've got so much appreciation for where you were to how you've got to where you are. So I would love to hear some feedback in the comments below. What you think and what you expect from De Zerbi. Have you looked into him? Have you watched him at all? But I watch a lot of Italian football because I'm a Napoli fan, as you can see. So I did watch a lot of De Zerbi when he was at Sassuolo. So, and that's what I got out of him. So let us know in the comments below what you expect. Where do you expect to finish this season now that Graham Potter's gone? And if you like this video, please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well, because that really does go a long way. Thanks guys for watching. Hopefully until the end. But yeah, thank you again.